The second-floor corridor opened like a scar carved into the castle's body, where light from shattered windows crawled across the cold stone in pale streaks. The air was thick with mildew and ash, as if this place had stopped breathing long ago. Stone walls blotched with decay, cracks running like veins of death. Rotten portraits hung askew, their moldy frames groaning under the weight of time. The crimson carpet that once stretched proudly now lay in ragged strips, stained with dried blood, remnants of a feast turned to hell. Amid the gloom, a large painting loomed like a whisper from the past. He halted, hand brushing away a thick layer of dust to reveal a man clad in gleaming silver armor, its left breast engraved with exquisite detail. A phoenix coiled around a sword, wings spread wide as if to devour the sky. The armor clung to a powerful frame, its etched lines shimmering with austere grace, as though forged from moonlight and battlefield blood. The man's eyes burned crimson, deep as a fiery abyss. White hair framed a chiseled face, radiating a majesty tinged with solitude, a beauty eternal, yet steeped in sorrow. He frowned slightly. This man looks familiar. The girl beside him lingered on the painting longer than usual. For a fleeting moment, her habitual coldness melted, replaced by a strange glimmer, admiration laced with grief, like an old wound torn open. Her voice drifted low, like wind through ruins. A great man. He saved this land from annihilation. She paused, lips curving faintly in a smile that never formed, eyes still locked on the figure. But everything changes. He thought to ask more, but stopped. Something in her gaze silenced him, a nameless ache, a secret unspoken. They moved on, footsteps echoing on the frozen stone, until the corridor ended in a wall of ruin. Broken beams lay piled like a barricade of death, rotting wood and shattered stone heaped into a mound, leaving a black void beyond. No way forward. They had to seek another path. Her eyes swept the darkness, then fixed on a heavy wooden door to the left, ajar as if waiting. "The library," she murmured, voice like a whisper to herself. "There might be a way." The heavy door groaned open, its screech like the lament of a chained soul. Inside, darkness pooled thick as black mist, smothering everything. Towering shelves lay toppled and splintered, ancient tomes strewn across the cold stone floor. Light from cracks in the ceiling barely traced the drifting dust, like ashes of a dead glory. They stepped in, breath mingling with the haze like smoke. The air reeked of rot, shelves looming like skeletal remains. He brushed aside a heap of torn books, revealing twisted glyphs on yellowed pages, like dried blood from a forgotten age. They pressed deeper, weaving through narrow gaps between leaning shelves. Boots scraped stone, mingling with the groan of rotting wood, like the cries of forsaken spirits. A book fell, its hollow thud echoing through the dark, freezing them mid-step. He scanned the shadows, a crawling sense that something watched from the cracks above. He said nothing, but unease gnawed at him. Each step stretched into eternity, until, amid the wreckage, a faint crimson glow flickered. They rounded a fallen shelf, and saw it. A colossal stone door, cold as a sealed tomb. On its gray surface, the family crest carved deep, a phoenix coiled around a sword, wings spread wide to swallow the sky. The lines remained sharp, but around its edges crawled faded runes, glowing like scars in dark red. From the fissure between its halves seeped a crimson light, pulsing like the breath of a chained beast. He moved closer, breath heavy, drawn by an unseen force. From the depths of shadow, a voice slithered into his mind, sweet as honey. "You seek answers, I will give you truth. Open the door, and you will find what you desire." The whispers clawed at his thoughts, stirring questions he had never dared to speak. He stepped nearer, crimson gleam mirrored in his eyes, darkness curling around him like a shroud. His hand rose, trembling, fingers hovering inches from the icy stone, one breath away from contact. The world seemed to hold its breath, and so did he. "What are you doing?" Her voice cut through, sharp as a blade. Her grip clamped his wrist, fierce enough to bleed despair into her touch. Her crimson eyes flared in the gloom, not just warning, but fear. "You don't want to know what lies beyond that door." He met her gaze, doubt flickering, but the whispers poured on, sweet as venom. "Don't listen, you deserve the truth, just a little more." She held his stare, then released him, eyes fixed on the stone where crimson seeped like frozen blood. Her breath trembled, but her voice hardened, cold as steel. "We need another way." He swallowed the protest rising in his throat, hands still numb from the door's icy pull. The whispers lingered, curling through his mind like poisoned silk. They slipped through the narrow gaps between leaning shelves, deeper into the dark. The stench of mold and rotting wood thickened, leading them into another circle of hell. At the library's far end, a heavy wooden door loomed, hinges rusted, a lone path remaining. She spoke softly, voice sinking low. Come. If there are answers, they're beyond this door. But before they could reach it, a whisper rose from the void, cold, crawling, dragging with it the breath of something waiting. A chilling hiss tore through the silence. From the far end of the chamber, a figure drifted forth, its tattered black cloak billowing like toxic smoke, crimson runes crawling across the fabric, glowing like living wounds. Eyes blazed red in hollow sockets, and from its mouth spilled a voice like 1,000 whispers fused into one. None shall pass this place. Your blood will mingle with the ashes of memory. The room twisted. Falling shelves reared into jagged walls, warping the chamber into a spiraling maze. Across the stone floor, cracks flared crimson like veins, exhaling a deathly chill. Light from the ceiling slits was devoured, leaving only suffocating darkness. He gritted his teeth, wrenching free his rusted sword, iron shield raised. Beside him, she spun her silver rapier, its gleam flashing like lightning in the void. The creature's hand swept through the air, dragging streams of blood-red magic that coiled into a circle beneath his feet, dragging shards of memory with it. Kneeling silhouettes in firelight, distant chants, then all swallowed by shadow. A crimson sigil bloomed under him, its pull clawing at his soul. He strained to move, but invisible chains pinned him down. His shield shuddered under a surge of black sorcery, the impact numbing his arm, blood seeping from cracks in his armor. With a roar, he slashed, rusted blade ripping a shred from the cloak, revealing a vortex of writhing smoke within. Careful, she cried, lunging. Her rapier carved a silver arc, cleaving the magic circle. Light flared, chains shattered. The wraith recoiled, shrieking like steel grinding stone. The chamber quaked, darkness surged, shelves twisting into serpentine spines, vomiting forth an army of armored phantoms, rusted steel, eyes burning like embers. They marched with the screech of iron on stone, weapons raised, crimson glinting on corroded blades. He rolled aside, frost biting his skin. A phantom's sword slashed, his shield caught it, the force driving him back 3 steps, boots skidding across cracked crimson stone. He countered, rusted steel clashing, sparks spitting as blade met spectral armor. She spun, rapier slicing a phantom into ash. But another blade grazed her shoulder, streaking crimson across her white gown. Snarling, she wrenched free her dagger, plunging it into a gap in the armor, silver flashing, the phantom dissolving. He's weakening. Strike the sigil on his chest, she shouted, voice taut. The wraith roared, its voice a chorus of whispers. You will be crushed beneath the weight of darkness. Instantly, shadow erupted, gravity warped into a crimson vortex. The floor convulsed, dragging him to his knees, shield heavy as lead, breath strangled. He fought to lift his sword, but it felt like bearing the weight of the world. She lunged, steps faltering, dagger slipping from her grasp, rapier trembling under the crushing force. A flick of its hand split the earth, spires of jagged stone spearing upward like demon fangs, ripping the floor. They lunged like arrows. He rolled, but one spike pierced his shield, leaving a deep fracture. She snatched her dagger, silver flashing as she hurled it into the sigil blazing on its chest. The blade struck true, light flared, gravity's grip faltered. With a roar, he surged free, rusted sword cleaving down, sparks of crimson bursting as steel bit into the cursed cloak. The wraith hissed, voice grinding like iron on stone. You will be buried with the souls that failed before you. One sweep of its arm unleashed a storm of shadow, swallowing its form, merging with the chamber. The shredded cloak fused with darkness, birthing a colossal entity, arms like pillars, claws etched with burning runes. The room convulsed, stone splitting, red smoke geysering like living blood. Shelves twisted into spiked columns, the library mutating into a living hell. He hacked at a massive limb, the impact rattling his blade to the brink of breaking. She darted in, rapier stabbing a fissure in its chest. Silver flared, but a swipe hurled her across the room, body crashing through splintered shelves. Blood smeared the stone. Snarling, he seized her fallen dagger and plunged into the storm. The beast roared, claws scything through the air. He twisted aside, driving the dagger into the blazing sigil, silver detonating like lightning. With a final cry, he hurled every shred of strength into his sword, rusted steel biting deep into its chest. Crimson and silver light fused, rending the darkness apart. A scream ripped the chamber as illusion shattered like glass, ash spiraling like the remnants of a death-born ritual. Silence fell, broken only by the stench of smoke and the chill lingering in the air. Amid the ruin lay a single book upon the stone. Ash drifted like dying embers, blood and smoke mingling in the void. He knelt beside the dust-cloaked tome, breath ragged, crimson dripping from his arm. Its leather cover cracked, rusted clasp torn open. His voice rasped, weary, eyes locked on the book. He was trying to protect this. She approached slowly, dagger still in hand, silver streaked with blood. Her gaze lingered on the tome, then slid to him. "Can you still stand?" He lifted his head, a faint smile ghosting across his pallid face. "Standing's fine. Just don't ask me to run." Her lips curved faintly, then tightened as she gripped the dagger, voice sinking low. "You might find answers in here, but answers aren't always what you want." He laid his hand on the cover, its chill seeping into his skin. "Then, there's only one way to know." I still see him in my first memory, eyes like blazing blades, cleaving through the darkness of war. Back then, I laid my hand upon the family crest, a phoenix coiled around the sword, wings spread wide as if to devour the sky, and vowed, "I will serve him until this sky is free of blood." I believed every oath was light. I was wrong. Even light cast shadows. I found the ancient scripts behind a rotting shelf. That ritual, it was performed long before I was born. Not a blessing, but chains wound around the throats of all who came after. They once called upon an ancient power to save a fledgling house. That power answered. When the prize became an abyss, the lords of later generations knelt and begged for reprieve from Cornelia, the goddess of seasons and time. She granted us one chance to seal it behind the stone door in the library. But a seal is not eternal. It is only an hourglass, and I hear the sand falling, grain by grain, like a heartbeat fading. The man in my memory became a great duke. Eyes that once blazed on the battlefield now glimmered beneath the crown, yet still bore the scorch of storms past. I remained at his side, like a shadow that never leaves. Then one day, winter gave birth to a white flame, the little princess. Her hair like silver thread spun from frost, her eyes crimson as blood on snow. Not merely the mark of lineage, but a warning etched by fate. I watched him cradle her. No longer the light of a blade, only the glow of a lamp in a tempest, fragile, yet burning still. I swore again. I will protect his bloodline, even if it costs me this form. The castle trembled. Darkness surged like a tide. The seal began to crack. I received my command and walked away, never daring to look back. The sudden meeting in the library eased my heart. Her eyes were wild with fear, yet still held the pride of her blood. With the head maid and the knight captain at her side, I prayed she would reach where she longed to go. I wished to say more, but only whispered. "This body will guard the door, even if it means my life." When golden light engulfed the castle, I knew my lord had vanquished it. When I laid my hand upon the crest carved in stone, I heard my blood sing like a taut string, then snap. Darkness whispered my name, and I knew, from that moment, every oath would change its hue. The seal was reinforced, but I felt myself slipping away. "May you be safe, my princess." Silence draped the chamber like dust upon ancient pages. My eyes lingered on the final line. "May you be safe, my princess." No one spoke. Only the wind keened through shattered panes, carrying the stench of ash from charred shelves. She closed the journal, fingers trembling though her voice stayed cold. "Let's go. Time is not on our side." He nodded, feeling as though he had stepped out of a dream weighted with sorrow. The library door swung open, revealing a corridor like a scar leading to the third floor. Darkness clung to every stone, pierced only by pale light knifing through cracks above. Footsteps echoed, two shadows stretching across fractured stone, like wraiths seeking the edge of an abyss. At the corridor's end, the storm awaited.